Live from Uvalde, Texas, the crossroads of Texas and America.
Texas Country at the Crossroads with Robert Miguel.
The best new country from the Lone Star State.
Alrighty, we are live at Broadway 830 100 East Main Street, downtown Uvalde. Normally called our Texas Country at the Crossroads interview series, but this young lady in front of me, not necessarily Texas Country, right? Or you kind of do a little bit of everything, right? Pop, rock.
I do.
Yeah.
I have my own kind of soulful spin on everything.
Yeah, very cool. So we've got Sierra Lynn here. Welcome. You can apply for yourself. Thank you very much. So made the trip out to Uvalde. So first of all, we should probably go ahead and acknowledge the awkward that Uvalde has gone through a crazy tragedy
of course.
This week, which is all over the news. San Antonio, your community, you're from San Antonio,
yes.
In that area, has been extremely just supportive and cooperative in every aspect of things. We've seen news crews and blood banks and just all kinds of food banks, all kinds of stuff, just helping out the community. So first of all, from Uvalde to San Antonio, thank you guys so much for your support during these crazy times. For the most part, we've kind of canceled a lot of things here in Uvalde, but here at UvaldeRadio.net and here at Broadway 830, we figured on a Friday night, going into Memorial Weekend, it was probably a good time to kind of just escape some of it. We are really, really excited to have you here performing for us, maybe to begin the healing process.
That's what I hope. I mean, music can be very therapeutic, and so I just want to, bring a little bit of joy to this very dark time right now.
And we really appreciate that. And then, of course, we just appreciate the fact that you would agree to come out here. I know
of course.
Things are still tender and weird, and these days, just by saying yes, I'll do it, or no, I won't, you're going to get hate from both sides. It's like you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of world we live in nowadays. So just for the record, here at UvaldeRadio.net and Skyway Entertainment Broadway 30, we are all very pleased that you went ahead and decided to make the trip and do this live show for us. So
I'm really happy to be here.
That's a good time. So let's go. You've got a brand new song called "I'm All In."
Yes.
Here at UvaldeRadio.net, we played one of your previous singles called "Fight." And other than that, you're pretty new to us. We did a phone interview, I think, during the pandemic at one point, but we've never really got to hang out face to face. So this is kind of exciting here.
It is exciting.
So let's go ahead and just start from the very beginning. Go ahead and give us your quick bio, your introduction into music, and then later recording music.
Yeah, I mean, I've been singing forever since I was little in church and all throughout school. Then after school, I started doing competitions and karaoke things here and there, but I really wanted to learn an instrument. And, once I learned the guitar, I started writing my own music, and it all just kind of came to me. And so then I started performing live and doing gigs around town, and since then, I've released one album and then 2 singles after that.
Now, I'm going to try to be a gentleman. I'm not going to try to ask you your age or anything, but you seem pretty young. You look pretty young.
Yes.
So, how young were you when you really started performing in front of people, I guess? Was it like a small child thing or more like a teenager, young adult thing?
Young adult.
Yeah?
I'd say 24.
Wow, okay. So I don't even know if you're 24 or not, so that's crazy.
I'm 29.
Okay, very good. That's because I wasn't going to ask. So for the most part, still pretty new at this, right? Yeah. So what did you do, I guess, up until 24? Did you just like singing and just kind of sing in church and just kind of...
Yeah, and I was doing I tried out for The Voice and American Idol and stuff like that, but I just really wanted to get more real about it and play an instrument and
So that's
be more
pretty ballsy.
connected.
I mean, if you weren't really performing, I guess, regionally yet, and you go try out for The Voice or something like that, that's pretty... So,
oh, yeah.
So you knew you could sing, is what I'm saying.
Yes.
So who was it that... was it parents? Was it, I guess... who is it that pushed you into because when you're young, somebody's got to go, hey, you can do this, go after
Definitely my mom, for sure. Ever since I was little, she knew I had something special, and so she's my number one fan, biggest supporter of all time.
Was she like, go ahead, mija, sing?
Yeah.
Just telling you to sing everywhere, signing you up for stuff that
Yep.
That's me and my daughter, right? She sings beautifully too, and I'm signing her up for it. I'm like, awesome. You can do it, So it's hopefully she gets bit by the same thing you did. But so very cool. So what was, I guess, the first time you performed live in front of an audience? Let's do it 2-part. Just whether it was just kind of cover songs or pop songs that you knew, and then when was the first time you performed with your guitar as kind of a real serious solo artist, I guess?
I mean, I did a lot of karaoke stuff, and then...
That doesn't count, by the way.
I know, right. But you got to be a good singer, though.
No, for sure.
Some of those.
No, you don't have to be a standard in karaoke. It's actually more fun if you don't sing well. Or at least it's more fun for the people that are drinking in the audience. But no, I understand what you're saying. But karaoke can be a big deal in some places, yeah. But I mean, as far as like really, getting up there and doing it for an audience that paid to see you, perhaps.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe for an event that they invited you to be a part of the show.
So I did open mic quite a bit.
Right, okay.
At 502, and they featured me as like, the artist of the month.
Uh-huh.
And so that was a really big deal. I played my original music and a couple covers. And then after that, I just kind of went around town to different spots, open mic, and then, that kind of led into getting gigs. And so, yeah.
What kind of gigs do you like to do?
I like all gigs, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm playing to people who I can touch with music, that's what I love. That's what I like to do.
So in San Antonio, I'm sure that's where you do the most of your live shows. Do you have like a residency, like a hot spot, a place that you normally go that's kind of your place where you're there most frequently?
Well, I'm at Elsewhere, downtown San Antonio, every other Sunday.
Okay.
And I also play in Bernie. I kind of play in the hill country a little bit too. But I definitely have something going on every weekend, for sure. So at least one gig.
So we're excited we got you here in Uvalde then. Now you have been here before. How was your experience the last time you were in Uvalde, and had you been here in Uvalde before the last time you played here?
I played at the Hangar 6 Air Cafe, which was really, really cool.
It's a nice place, yeah.
Planes like land right behind you while you're performing, and
it should be annoying, but it's kind of cool, right?
Yeah, it is cool. It is cool. And I had a lot of fun. Like, the crowd was very responsive. They seemed to really enjoy the live music.
Yeah.
And, I enjoyed playing for them. So this is my first time here at
So
Broadway.
kind of coming into the heart of Uvalde, right? So
Yes.
Now, did you see a little bit of, there's obviously a lot going on. It's kind of like a three-ring circus due to the, unfortunate incident.
Yes.
But did you get a chance to look downtown and see the madness that's going on right now? Because normally this is a very quiet, sleepy kind of, small
it's a
town.
very little town.
Yeah.
It is.
Or did you just kind of drive right in and
I
park?
saw a little bit. A lot of people were like braking constantly as I was driving behind them. So, yeah, I guess there's some, memorial things around town and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's definitely traffic that we're not used to having around here.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, Uvalde's growing at a really big pace, fast pace. So the traffic is getting bad here, but it's been, like I said, it's been a bit of a media circus here lately. So, well, again, we're glad you're here to help us begin the healing process. Let's go and start talking about the music. You mentioned, and your music does have kind of a soulful kind of thing. It's hard to pinpoint. I mean, it's kind of pop, it's kind of rock, it's kind of soul. It's definitely not country from what I've heard. So let's go and talk about the influences that I guess you grew up with, or whatever the music you listen to, that kind of set the tone for what you're later going to write and record.
So Etta James, Alicia Keys, Jennifer Hudson, those big like soulful singers have always been like my favorite. Christina Aguilera, and yeah, so those are the people that I really listened to growing up.
Very good. Now, obviously, singing, karaoke, having a great voice is one thing, but then diving into playing a guitar and writing your own music, that's an entirely different thing.
Oh, yeah.
What was it like, I guess, getting over that hurdle, or I guess making that jump? Because I'm sure it's either really easy for you, or it's not so easy.
No, it definitely wasn't easy. It definitely wasn't easy. Learning the guitar first and then learning how to play and sing, that was hard, but I was determined. And so, eventually I got it down, and then being able to just perform my original music and even just covers that people really enjoy, and just interacting with the audience like that is so much more real than karaoke, of course.
Now,
And so,
were you self-taught, take lessons, or did you have a friend, a buddy, or did you get on YouTube and just watch?
YouTube.
Really?
Mostly YouTube, yes.
very
You can
good.
learn anything on YouTube.
I again, bringing up my daughter here, I forget that YouTube has this value. I still look at it like just a novelty website, but you can do anything and find anything on YouTube, right? It's crazy.
Yeah.
I guess as long as... so what, is there a particular channel or a person that you use that you want to give a shout out to?
Not really. I mean, not everything on YouTube is good, so you kind of
Right.
want to look around before you just land on one. But I kind of just look to see what fits my style, because you can play songs in a lot of different kind of ways.
Right. Wow, that's awesome. So what was that first live gig with you and the guitar and your voice?
I believe it was at 502,
Uh-huh.
and I played my originals. I played a couple covers.
So what was that, again, if you come from a kind of more of a karaoke pedigree, like
okay.
you're talking about,
Yeah.
playing a guitar is totally different, because you got to use your hands,
Yes.
singing, you still got to have, I mean, you're lucky, you're camera ready, you're beautiful, so that's
Thank
easy.
you.
But What was that? Was it? I guess it's kind of cool having. Because some people when they sing, they don't know what to do with their hands anyway, right? So at least with guitar, you kind of get something to hide behind a little bit. Do you find it more like is it like a security piece to a certain extent, or would you rather be out there belting with a mic?
I like both, honestly, but I just really like being able to accompany myself and like create the music all from just me. Like that is a really, really special experience, and so I can definitely get behind the mic and belt it out too, and dance around,
But you're onto something there. I mean, not having to rely on a backtrack or a inner fighting, egotistical band.
Yes,
so
yes.
if you can get up there and just do it, you and 6 strings, hey, right? So why not, right? So let's go and talk about the songs that you wrote. What were the first batch of songs that you wrote, and what was that like?
The first one was Storm, and I don't even know how I came upon the chords, but I just found these chords and I loved them, and so then the lyrics started flowing, and after that I wrote Get Up, and that's all for my first album, Freedom. And so then it was Be Alright, Empty Chair, and You Can't Hide. It's the last one on that album.
Now, lyrically, what was the influences on these songs?
Oh, okay. So very inspirational, very like things will get you down, but you have to like persevere, and very uplifting at the same time.
Positive message stuff.
Yes,
Very cool.
Yes.
Now, does that come from is that just the kind of person you are? Do you have a spiritual side? What is it that brings that?
Probably a lot from my own experience too, where it's very hard. Sometimes you want to give up, and it's not an easy road to take, and you're not always going to be supported by everyone, and so it was kind of like songs written to myself almost, but yeah.
It's interesting because in songwriting, people have different approaches to the same thing. Some people write very uplifting, positive, you go girl kind of songs, and then some people will write very, I'm down, I'm depressed, almost like self-loathing. Now, both can be therapeutic and helpful because you're expressing something, but would you ever find yourself writing kind of more of an angry self, like more depressing?
For sure.
Do you have
those songs? I have those songs too.
Get your Alanis that comes out or something?
Yes,
That's interesting.
Exactly.
Well, let's go into your latest song. It's called I'm All In, and then if we have time, maybe we can, if I can either get your next track downloaded and played on the air, or maybe you can do it live for us, whatever we can figure
either
out.
way.
But this new track is called I'm All In. Give us a background on this song, and it's pretty new, right?
Yes. This was my first full band recording, and
Okay.
so that was really exciting because we got to bring in the drummer and all the other instruments, and it just really came together great. And it's definitely a more positive track for sure, and I love it.
All right, so you wrote this. Was it
Yes.
co-wrote, just all you?
All me. Yes.
So as far as recording in the studio, did you have producers that kind of helped tweak it along with you and kind of massage it, or is it
Yes.
just the way like the way you wrote it exactly?
Yes, Joey Devine helped me a lot
Okay.
to kind of build up all the other aspects of the song, to put it all together, because I just had the acoustic track, and then everything else was built around it, and so he was definitely instrumental in that because he helped a lot, and he was very encouraging, and he threw out ideas, and
It's got to be fantastic hearing something that you came up with and then the final product, right?
Oh,
That's
yes,
kind of a
yes.
bigger, more produced sound.
Yeah.
That's got to be fantastic. So is he? You said Joey Devine?
Yes.
Is that the team that you continue to work with? Is that going to be your main guy, or you just kind of find whichever studio kind of fancies
basically
you at the
just
time?
find wherever. I definitely work with him again though, because he's amazing, and
very
I
good.
recommend him.
Awesome.
But in the future, I'm not sure.
All right,
See.
well, very good.
Yeah.
Well, let's go and check it out. This was called I'm All In. This is Sierra Lynn, and she's performing live here at Broadway, 830 downtown Uvalde, 100 East Main Street. Check it out. We are UvaldeRadio.net.
I don't see how things could be any better. The world seems brighter, you by my side. forest for the trees. I cannot see you and me hand in hand. We may get lost sometimes, but we'll find our way together, together. Are you ready? 'Cause I'm all in. From this moment till the end, till the end, till the end, till the end. I'm all in.
Texas Country at the Crossroads with Robert Miguel, featuring the best country music from the Lone Star State. Live from Uvalde, Texas, the crossroads of Texas and America.
Alrighty, we are live at Broadway, 830 100 East Main Street, downtown Uvalde. You just heard Sierra Lynn in from San Antonio. I'm all in. She's all in to play here in Uvalde at Broadway, 830, 7 to 10 p.m. Unless we're probably running a little bit behind. So you get here at 7:15, you'll see some great stuff. Delicious artisan pizza, cold craft beer, and some great drink specials. Matter of fact, when you get out here, check the tables for the napkin holders. They've got all the May drink specials. We've had a rough week in Uvalde, so it's time to unwind and just kind of decompress and have a good time and watch Sierra play. I'm All In is the new single, so really good stuff. Awesome.
Thank you
We
so
appreciate you
much.
sharing that with us. Now, we were trying to get another one of your recordings on. We played your one of your previous singles called Fight, but we couldn't get it kind of squared away in time. I'm on a new laptop computer here, so I don't have my full catalog of songs. But you got a guitar, so why don't we just get you to play something live, right? Is that cool?
Yeah.
So before we get into that, tell our listeners where we can find you online. If you have any cool upcoming shows, what's the news in your world right now?
So I have everything on sierralinmusic.com. You'll find my social media links to my music, and I also have under the tabs my shows, and I list all the shows, like upcoming shows, past shows, all that.
So sierralinmusic.com.
Yes.
Albums, can you order? You get all your music, downloads?
Yes, on iTunes, Spotify, under Sierra Lynn, you can find me.
Do you do, are you old school? Like, do you do CDs too, or is it all digital?
I need to get some more made.
You need to-
Yes,
oh, very
I
good.
ran out, so.
So now this new track, I'm All In, is this just a single standalone that's
It
not on the
is.
record? So are you compiling a group of songs to maybe put out a new full-length album or
Yes,
EP?
I am,
So
I am. Working on them.
give us some information about how that's coming, I guess.
Well, a lot of them, the songs that I have are kind of like half done.
Right.
So I just need to sit down and really finish them, and then I'm going to compile them all into my next album.
And as far as your new material, I guess compared to your previous record, what's that direction going? Is it kind of more the same? Do you feel like you're evolving? What kind of direction do you think where you're taking?
I think it's probably more the same, but it's all different at the same time.
Just
So
kind of honing your craft, and
Yes,
because you don't want to like freak people out and try something completely different, right?
Oh,
You know,
yeah, yeah.
You got a thing, and you're still relatively new at this. So, about what is the plans for the new release? Will it be like an EP or a full length? Or I guess obviously you probably haven't thought it completely out.
Yeah,
But,
I haven't
but
yet.
how do you envision it? I guess just kind of when you think about it right now.
Well, if I have 5 songs done and ready to go, I don't mind releasing it then, because I know I really just want to get my music out to people and get them listening to it. So once I finish at least 5, for sure.
Very good.
I'll put them out, yeah.
Now, as far as the live shows, you mentioned on that track you got a full band. On that now, when you say that, do you mean a full band in the studio, or do you mean that are you working with a group of musicians now that you can play full band shows with, or are you still are you kind of sticking to you and the guitar? For the live
in the
stuff?
studio.
Uh-huh.
But to put a full band together, I could, just like piece by piece. But I don't have like a set like group of musicians yet.
Right.
That are, like my band.
Is
but
that
one day.
is that something you do have like a 5-year plan? Like, is that something you want to do at some point, or?
Definitely, yeah.
Well, let's talk 5-year plan, for instance. Like,
Okay.
what do you see yourself, in a couple of years to 5 years? Are you headlining big gigs? Are you doing big giant corporate events, or are you still playing, on the guitar solo stuff?
I'd say all of the above.
Okay, very good. All right.
I'd like to be doing all of that for sure.
So, if you could compare yourself, like endgame wise, to a certain artist that's out there, and maybe kind of model yourself after what they're doing,
Yeah.
who would that artist type? What would that artist type be? Because you mentioned some kind of soul sisters early on.
Yeah.
But I think you're doing something a little bit more organic than that, personally.
Yes.
So I can't see you being, for instance, Ariana Grande or something like that.
Yeah.
Although you're certainly as talented, but is there someone like that, I guess, that you model what you're currently doing off of?
Honestly, not really, but I do look up to a lot of artists. Like, Adele.
Okay.
She doesn't play like an instrument,
And
usually
she
when
should.
she performs.
She'd be insanely amazing if she played an instrument, right?
Yeah, but in terms of like her style and her success,
Right.
I mean, she just puts out music and they're hits. They're like number one.
So that said, would you be okay if somebody handed you a big old fat record deal and said, "Look, we love you, we love your voice, we need you to put the guitar down and just be the girl that sings"? Would you do that, or
I'd
or
say
do you?
I'll put it down for a few songs.
Okay,
I will
very
not
good.
put it down completely.
For a guy who loves live music and instrumentation, that it's so great to
Yeah.
hear, because
Yeah.
there's not enough ladies out there, pop singers especially,
Yeah.
playing guitar. So that's really cool to hear.
I agree.
All right, so let's go and do a live song. What are you going to do for us here on the radio?
Well, we were talking about maybe Fight,
Yeah, is that cool?
or I can do one from my older album.
Whatever you feel comfortable with, whatever you feel like is. I know you're not warmed up yet, so just to put that out there, she hasn't warmed up yet, guys. So I'm just saying it because you don't have to. So you don't have to. But yeah, whatever you want to do. I'm just gonna put it into you. Sierra Lynn performing here tonight at Broadway Ethereal. She's gonna take it away right here live on UvaldeRadio.net.
All right, I think I'm gonna play Get Up.
All right.
You say you want me to stay, but you know it can never stay this way. Don't worry, don't be in a hurry, 'cause you'll find that one. So just have fun. Sweet, only get one chance to live, to breathe, to dance. So don't get down, get up, and let's rock this town. So just look up, Father, then you can see and imagine what it could be if it just get up. Only get one chance to live, breathe, to dance. So don't get down, get up, and let's rock this town. Yeah.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
UvaldeRadio.net. We are live with Sierra Lynn out of San Antonio, performing here tonight at Broadway 830 in the outdoor courtyard. Showtime is at 7 to 10 p.m., but it's 6:59 right now, so obviously we're running just a little bit late. Her website is SierraLynnMusic.com.
Yes.
You can see her live tonight here in Uvalde, doing a little bit of healing for our town that's gone through a whole lot this week. So thank you so much. That song was just beautiful.
Absolutely.
Oh, you hit
Thank you.
that high note at the end. Ooh, perfect,
Yeah,
man. Beautiful.
yeah.
Give me chills.
Thank you so much.
Again, SierraLynnMusic.com. Thank you, Sierra, for giving us a little bit of information about your
Yes.
your music and where you're going and what you've been doing. Let me go ahead and try to mention some of the upcoming shows if I can get my my website to come up here. Okay, so next Friday we've got Jonathan Garcia coming down from New Braunfels. June 10th we'll have Jordan Ghana coming in from Hondo, and then June 17th we got Nick Zamora coming in from San Antonio, and then on Friday, June 21st from Grand Saline, Billy Joe will be performing here. So get the full calendar of events at UvaldeRadio.net/events, and tonight it's all about Sierra Lynn. Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it.
Of course, I'm so happy to be
It's
here.
going to wrap it up here at Broadway 830. I'm Robert Miguel, and this is UvaldeRadio.net.